Some stories don't begin with a crown. They they begin in a quiet house where a boy nobody counted on was about to collide with destiny. It was a kind of day where nothing felt special, no lightning, just ordinary footsteps on ordinary ground until a prophet walked into Bethlehem carrying a horn of oil and a word of God that would rearrange the future. Samuel didn't come to visit. He came on assignment. His eyes were sharp, his spirit so heavy, and the whole town trembled when he arrived. Because when a prophet shows up unannounced, heaven is about to speak. Jesse's house filled quickly. Sons lined up like soldiers, tall, strong, impressive, men who looked like kings. Samuel looked at Eliab, broad shoulders, confident stance, and even the prophet thought, surely this is the one. Because man looks at appearance, God looks at alignment. But God whispered, "No, I reject him." Another son stepped forward, "No." And another, "No." Another, "No." One by one, the oil refused to flow. Heaven kept saying, "Not him. Not him. Oh, not him." The room grew tense. The oil waited in Samuel's hands, but the king was nowhere in sight. Samuel turned to Jesse and asked the question no one thought to ask. "Are these all your sons, Jesse?" Jesse hesitated. His eyes shifted. His voice softened. There is the youngest, but he's out with the sheep. People may forget you, heaven never does. The servants ran out the door. Dust rose behind him, and somewhere in the hills, a boy was singing to God, completely unaware that his whole life was about to change. David walked in, smelling like the field, hair messy, clothes dusty, innocence in his eyes. And the moment he stepped into the room, heaven stood up. God's voice thundered in Samuel's spirit, "Rise, anoint him." for this is the one. The room fell silent. Brothers stared in disbelief. Jesse froze, and even the walls seemed to hold their breath. Someone lifted the horn, and the oil, the same oil that refused every brother, rushed out as if it had been waiting for David all along. Oil ran down his hair, down his face, down his clothes, and the Spirit of the Lord rushed upon him like a wind that had held back for years. David didn't look like a king. In fact, he didn't sound like a king. Neither did he dress like one. But heaven had already crowned him. In that small house, surrounded by people who never imagined this moment, destiny woke up. Purpose stood tall. And a shepherd boy became God's chosen instrument. David walked back to the field that day, but he didn't walk back the same. He carried oil on his head, fire in his spirit, and a calling that would echo through generations. Because when heaven says this is the one, no room, no person, no circumstance can stop what God has already decided. When you read Proverbs 19:21, it says, "Many are the plans in a man's mind, but it is the Lord's purpose for him that will stand." Blessings.